Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us as part of Tennessee Virtual College Fair for transfer students. We're pleased that you chose to join us this evening, and we'll get started in just a moment. Before we get started, though, just a few reminders for you. The Q&A widget is available, so if you have any questions, either specific ones to your presenters or broader ones for all of our presenters, we'd be more than happy to answer those for you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that's happening as part of Tennessee Virtual College Fair for transfer students. So certainly feel free to return to the original website where you registered for this one and sign up for others. And this presentation and all others are being recorded and will be available within about a week's time at the same website where you submitted this registration. I'm now pleased to begin the program and turn it over to our first presenter from Lincoln Memorial University.
Hello, my name is Candace Bergen and I'm with Lincoln Memorial University. My colleague Holly Evans is also here with me. She is a recruiter for our allied health department, and she will be available to you on those Q&A questions as I go through my presentation. So feel free to ask any questions as I'm talking because she will be ready to take care of you. With that being said, I am going to share my screen and complete a quick PowerPoint for you all. You give me 1 second. Perfect. All right. So like I said, we're at Lincoln Memorial University. We are, as you can tell, being as super safe as we possibly can, wearing masks and social distancing at this time. Do want to let you all know just a little bit at a glance here that we are accredited, we are affordable, just a few other quick little tidbits about our school. Also, feel free to screenshot anything that you see on here. Grab your phones and take pictures because I'll kind of be going through this sort of quickly, but we do actually offer associate degree programs. So anybody that might still have some promise money left over, we can actually use those for these degrees here. This is all of our bachelor's degrees. Please notate that any that have the asterisks are actually something that we can do a teacher certification with alongside of your major. These are our pre-professional tracks and graduate programs. Like I said again, please feel free to screenshot anything you see because it will go by quickly. So feel free to do so. Okay. So these are our professional programs. So these are all of our terminal degrees that we do offer. So please feel free to keep any of these in your minds for future reference. This is my contact information. So this is just something I also want to make sure that you get a copy of. That way, if you do have any questions or need anything else moving forward, you will have my contact information. So this is just everything you need to know to become a rail splitter. So our application process is completely free. It is available to you online. You are considered a transfer student just as long as you have 15 credit hours of college credit. So when you go to our main page, you'll see the apply button in the top. That is what you will click on. And these are the following screens that you'll see once you get started. So we do have some housing options for those who may be interested in staying on our campus in Harrogate, Tennessee, which is our main campus and where we do have our dorms locations. This is our student life on our main campus. Just several different things that we do offer for you. Some of our events and activities that we do have on campus. So really quickly want to go through our financial aid. So we do, of course, want you to make sure that you fill out that FAFSA as soon as possible. So we make sure you get all that information as well. This is just a little bit about our academic scholarships that we do have. So in order to transfer an automatic, as you can see, a 2.0 GPA is going to get you a scholarship Also want to make sure that everyone knows that we do PTK honors. So if you are a PTK member, we will give you a half tuition scholarship. So I just need to have a email from your PTK advisor just saying, hey, letting me know that you are a member. We can go ahead and give you that scholarship. That will be the only academic scholarship that you will receive, but it will be half tuition, and then whatever you would get from FAFSA or anything else would stack on top of that. So I want to make sure that everyone has a good list of the sports that we have to offer and that we are a Division II school. So I want to make sure everybody has that as well. So that is the end of my presentation. Please feel free if you do have any questions. I hope you did receive my contact information on there, and just let us know if we can help you move forward. We're super excited to go into our new year and want to make sure that we're there to help you any way we possibly can. Our locations, of course, like I said, was in Harrogate. That's our main campus, but we also have several other campuses in the Knoxville location, Kingsport, Tennessee. We also have Corbin, Kentucky. We have one in Virginia. We also have one in Tampa, Florida as well. So please feel free to ask any questions, let us know. We are also doing tours on campus as well as virtual. So please feel free, I can't say that enough. No questions are dumb questions. So please let us know how we can help you. Not only for myself, but I know I'm speaking for all my colleagues here today too. We're just here to help. And we really appreciate you giving us this time. And I will turn it over to the next school.
Great. Thank you so much, Candace. Our next presentation comes from Lee University.
And sorry, I was muted. My name is Marky Dean and I'm an admissions counselor at Lee. I'm just going to pull up my screen to share. Let's see. Sorry, getting used to the Zoom stuff. All right. So it's a fairly quick slide, but I just want to try to get some information to y'all. So Lee University is in Cleveland, Tennessee, which is about 30 miles outside of Chattanooga. We're a small private Christian liberal arts university with enrollment with about 5,204 students. So it's kind of a medium size. The campus is easy to walk around and get to all your classes shortly, but you also have your big classes and your small classes. So I feel like it's a good mix. We have over 42 states and 50 countries represented at our school. So we have a lot of people coming from different areas, which brings different cultures, which is really nice. And we like to have that at our campus. We have 57 majors and 158 programs of study that we offer at Lee. Some of our top majors are the communications department, our business department, and our natural and social science department, and our education department. We have a bunch of different activities that we hold on campus. We have over 100 student-led clubs and organizations, and that can range from intramural clubs, Greek life, which is our sororities and fraternities. We also have student leadership. So we just have multiple different ones. We have service learning groups to go out and serve in our communities. We also have chapel twice a week. And we also live stream it. So some students, especially now, will watch the live stream instead of attend the chapel, but you are required to go to a certain number of chapels. You don't have to go to every single one. There's just a percentage that you would have to go to. We also offer global perspectives trips. So during your time at Lee, at least at some point, you will go on a trip, whether it be outside of the country or it can be within the United States as well. And it's just a great opportunity for students to learn different cultures. Sometimes they will be, months trips. Sometimes they will be just a week trip. So students get to plan it, or they can do it with a department. It's really their choice. We are also a Division II school. We have 19 sports. We take a lot of pride in our sports, and we love getting our students who are not involved in athletics to be a part of our teams. Everybody comes to cheer, and it's just a huge community on our campus. We also have service learning. I know I mentioned service learning groups, but as a student, you would also have service hours, and it's honestly a great way to get involved with the community and help the people around you. And you do it with your peers, so it's great. So for transfer students, our application is online, and it's just in the top right-hand corner. It says, apply here. It's very simple. It can take 10 to 15 minutes. There is no essay, and there is a $25 fee, but at the bottom here, it's circled. It is no, it's not circled, sorry. We have a discount code, and it's Future Flame in this small little corner right here. So if you use that code, it will waive the fee. And once we have that, we would just need your college transcripts from the previous college. There are scholarship opportunities for transfer students alone. So if you make a 3.0 GPA, you will automatically get the John D. Nichols Scholarship. But we also have over 300 endowment scholarships that you could apply for as well. You wouldn't have to read through all of those because that's a lot to try to read through. So you would just have to fill out a form, and it would narrow down the scholarships that you could apply for. All right, I believe that is it from me.
Great, thank you. Our next presentation this evening comes from Maryville College.
Perfect. Let me get my screen set up here. Can you see my M?
Yes, we can, but it's within PowerPoint.
Perfect. All right. My meeting controls just went away. There we go. All right. Well, thanks for bearing with me through the tech. My name is Ashley West. I'm an Assistant Director of Transfer Admission at Maryville College. Maryville College is located in East Tennessee. I want to lead off with my contact info, and I encourage you to take a screenshot. This is the best way to get in touch with me. Any transfer related questions, I'm going to be your girl. Maryville College is located at, my screen's not right, is it? Maryville College is located in Maryville, Tennessee, which is about 30 minutes outside of Knoxville, 45 minutes from the Great Smoky Mountains, 2 hours from Chattanooga. We are test optional. Our application is always completely free to submit. We do have over 60 programs of study, and actually even more minors. We have a lot of cute little niche programs for minors, like medieval studies, which you don't see a lot of anymore. Our student body is about 1,200 students, and we have a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which we're super proud of. That 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio is really important when you start thinking about your class sizes. So when you're in class like English 1010 with the rest of the incoming group, you're going to have about 20 students in that classroom. But for transfer students, you're typically going to be coming in as a junior and senior level student, and those classes, the 300 and 400 level, are really small and close-knit courses, typically about 8 students in those junior and senior level classes. So if you're not getting something, like if it's not making sense to you, the professor can see that in your face, and they'll just say, hey, Ashley, what's up? Let's make sure that we can figure this out before you head home today. Additionally, you're not going to be competing for office hours or resources. These are just a handful of our rankings. We are on the Transfer Honor Roll, one of only 4 colleges in the state of Tennessee for 2020 to be named to the Transfer Honor Roll. That's a pretty big deal to have third-party groups coming out and congratulating you for great transfer excellence. We are also one of the best colleges for veterans. We're super duper proud of that. What an important population to support. We also are really notable in preparing individuals who want to go into teaching. So our teacher licensure program is just phenomenal, 100% job placement right there. We have something called Mountain Challenge at Maryville College, which is a really big part of our campus culture. We really want our students to do well and be well. So Mountain Challenge is completely free for students. We have activities like yoga or kayaking or climbing the really big alpine tower. That's that bottom left corner. Every single student has the opportunity to participate in these activities. And it's really fun because the community gets to come too. Maryville College, we pay for all of this. We pay for the yoga instructors. And so you might get out of lecture with Dr. Klingensmith and then be climbing the tower next to him. Or you might be doing yoga with a notable community member, like the mayor of Maryville is actually an MC graduate and is on campus all the time hanging out with our students. We have a ton of scholarships available to transfer students. Sometimes you'll notice that freshman scholarships might seem a little bit more significant than transfer scholarships. That's not the case with Maryville. You can earn anywhere from $14,000 to full tuition covered with our transfer scholarships. We are really equitable in that way. And 100% of our applicants or students who are admitted are receiving an academic scholarship. Earlier, I mentioned PTK, we're on their transfer honor roll. We do have a Phi Theta Kappa scholarship. So all I would need is your proof of good standing in that club, that honor society from your community college, and we can immediately award that PTK scholarship. We don't offer associate's degrees, so we can't accept Tennessee Promise, but we do accept Tennessee Hope. And we have stackable scholarships. That's how you earn that up to full tuition. You can only remember 3 things about Maryville College. I want you to think about MVP. So M is for major, over 60 programs of study. So we for sure have something that you're going to be interested in. B is for value. We're about $1,500 less than the average cost of the public universities in Tennessee. And 100% of our students are earning scholarships. P, that's my favorite part, for purpose. We were founded to do good on the largest possible scale. We were founded by a minister in 1819, and that was what he wanted his students to become. These are just some ways to connect with Maryville College. You have my contact info, of course. We're also doing virtual and in-person campus visits. You can sign up to Zoom with an enrollment counselor. You can chat with me. You can chat with someone else. Definitely follow us on social media. Follow all of the colleges on social media that you're interested in. That is one of the best ways to find out about open houses and other fun events like that. We are also offering some classes virtually, so you are able to sit in on a class if you'd like, just from the comfort of your own couch. This is my contact info again. Please screenshot if you need it. Thank you for hanging out with us, whether you're watching live or rewatching.
Great, thank you, Ashley. As we're about halfway through our presentations, just a reminder that you can use the Q&A widget to ask specific questions about any of the institutions we've already heard from, or broader ones for any of our panelists. Up next, we'll have Cumberland University.
Hey guys, well, I think it also disappeared from me, sorry. There we go. So my name is Nathaniel Farrell, and I'm an enrollment specialist here at Cumberland University. And I represent transfer students here. So if you have any questions, it'll typically be me, and my contact information is at the end of this presentation. So I want to start with saying welcome. This right here is our main academic building, Memorial Hall. So whenever you come for a campus visit, right through those front doors to the left is where we're located. We were founded in 1842, so we've had a rich history here in Lebanon, Tennessee. Our original building was burned down to the ground during the Civil War, so there's a lot of things that's happened on our campus and a lot of history to it. The school is broken into 3 different schools. So we have the School of Humanities, Education, and the Arts. This has the majority of our students, 71%, and it has things like creative writing, education, and fine arts. Then we have Labrie School of Science, Technology, and Business. This houses things like biochemistry, accounting, and marketing, and 9 pre-professional programs as well. That includes things like pre-dentistry and pre-veterinary sciences. Then we have Danette C. Rudy School of Nursing and Health Professions. This includes nursing and sports and exercise science and sports management. Our nursing school is phenomenal with a 96.43% NCLEX pass rate, so they're a very successful program. In the classroom, you can expect a 16-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Your average class sizes are going to be about 20 in a class, but when you get to your junior and your senior year, you can expect a little bit smaller than that. And that really leans for a more personal relationship with your professor rather than just being seen as a student. We're never being taught by a TA or a GA, and it's always the professor. We represent 2,700 students on our campus, and that represents 32 states and 42 countries. And 28% of our students are first-generation college students as well. We also have 55+ clubs and organizations to get a part of that make it that true college experience and make it that home away from home. Within those organizations, we have 5 fraternities and 3 sororities. We also offer intramurals. We have intramural volleyball and ultimate frisbee. And where we're located is in Lebanon, Tennessee. It's about 30 minutes east of Nashville. It's a small town. It's very similar to Nashville, just without all the traffic. But being centrally located, we have access to 40,000 businesses in the area to get you internships in the field you want. We also have 22 NAI men's and women's sports and 5 residence halls to live in campus. Now, when it comes to financial aid, average tuition last year was 31% less than the national average of other 4-year private colleges. And 93% of our students received some grants or scholarships. For transfer students, this is what the scholarships look like. Based on your GPA, where you're at, you can get up to $16,000 awarded per year. You can also get performance scholarships. Endowment scholarships. Last year, we gave out $300,000 in privately and endowed scholarships. You just fill out one application found at cumberland.edu/scholarships, and it does it all for you. Then the steps to apply, simple. You just go to cumberland.edu/apply now. The recommended application deadline is January 15th. However, we also have a rolling application, so all the way up to the start of school. When it comes to your credits, we have a transfer agreement with all Tennessee community colleges where your credits will come in. You can transfer up to 70 credit hours as well. The requirements are if you're under 30 college credit hours, you will also need to send us your high school information, so your high school GPA and your ACT score. But if you're over 30 college credits, you no longer need that. And this is my contact information. Again, I am Nathaniel Farrell. Can be reached at infarrell@cumberland.edu. And then go follow our social medias. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Our next presentation comes to us from Tennessee Wesleyan University.
Thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, just a little bit about Tennessee Wesleyan and myself first. My name is Courtney Colson. I am the Assistant Director of Transfer Admissions here at Tennessee Wesleyan University. I've been in the role for about 2 years now, and I love the transfer students. Tennessee Wesleyan is located in Athens, Tennessee, which is smack dab in the middle, right between Knoxville, Tennessee and Chattanooga. So Athens is kind of the best of both worlds in the sense of you get the small town feel, also being paired in between 2 larger cities. So who can transfer to TW? Literally almost anybody who has at least a minimum of 15 college credit hours and also at least 1 full semester on another college campus. But that does not include dual enrollment because of that 1 semester on college campus component. So something that Tennessee Wesleyan has as a pretty amazing tool for our transfer students are articulation agreements. These are agreements we have with our local schools of how your credits will transfer over, because we know what our transfer students want to know. How will my credits transfer over? So these tools help kind of guide students to create their schedules through their first couple years at the community college so they know they're staying on path in the major of their choice. So how to gain admission to Tennessee Wesleyan. Our application is absolutely free, online. It takes just minutes to complete, no essays required, anything like that. We do require official transcripts from all post-secondary institutions. separately, including those from dual enrollment. So even if you went to a community college for your dual enrollment courses and then attended another post-high school, I will need them separately. And that is to your benefit, just to ensure that you receive the max applicable credits. And then we will need a high school transcript only if you went to high school in the state of Tennessee. If you didn't, I don't need it. I also don't need an ACT or SAT test score for admission, literally just the college transcripts. And as long as you got a 2.0, you're good to go. Of course, we do have a nursing program that looks for a different GPA. That 2.0 is for all of our traditional undergraduate programs, with the exception of our nursing program. They do look for a 2.75. And our most recently acquired major is dental hygiene. We do offer a bachelor's in dental hygiene. I believe there's only 4 institutions perhaps in the whole state that offer it at the bachelor level. And that GPA to gain entrance is a 2.5. So if it's not nursing or dental, you just need a 2.0 and you're good to go. And my contact information is here, but also please, please, please let me know if you would like a copy of this PowerPoint presentation. I'm more than happy to send it to you, because as you'll see, things are underlined and those are clickable links straight to the application, the major pages, and everything else I'm about to show you. So please let me know if you'd like a copy and I'll send it to you. So why choose Tennessee Wesleyan? Our students choose TWU because of our high caliber academics, our affordability, community involvement, and the opportunities they receive to learn outside the classroom. You know, the fun stuff, because we know it's just as important what you learn outside the classroom as you do inside. So a little bit about our academics. We do have 60+ academic programs, our top ones being business administration, human and health performance, and nursing. However, I do think our dental hygiene is going to really kick in gear in our allied health category in general. And also in 2019, our average GPA was a 3.12. That goes back to saying our students choose us for our high caliber academics. And we awarded 271 degrees last year. So go ahead and pour yourself a cup of ambition and follow your dreams. Also, our students choose us because of affordability, because we know one of the biggest challenges of achieving a college degree is the misperceived inability to afford it. At Tennessee Wesleyan, you absolutely can, because not only do we offer all of our students receive some sort of financial aid, our Tennessee Wesleyan Merit Awards that all of our transfer students get as long as you're full-time range from $6,000 all the way up to $16,000 year to year that you're with us. Also, we participate in Phi Theta Kappa, and most certainly, if you have not considered joining, join. It will pay off, I promise. We're also military friendly, and we have several military benefits. Please, please, please reach out to me if that's of interest, and I can get you connected to our veteran coordinator. Also, our students come from all over. So we know a part of being a student doesn't matter if you're freshman transfer, it's all about the support. So we do have students coming from 26 countries, including Europe, Asia, literally all over the place. And then also 33 states, including our local communities and all over truly. We do have actually 5 residence halls, but 4 is shown here. We do have 1 all male, 1 all female, and 2 co-ed. So please let me know if you'd like more information on that. And then again, how I said earlier, we know it's just as important what you learn outside the classroom as you do inside. So our students choose more than a college. They choose their journey. They're doing study abroad opportunities. As you can see here, our students have gone to Stonehenge and the Blarney Castles. And this upcoming summer, permitted, keep your fingers crossed, they are going to Greece. So literally all over the place. The photo in the middle is from our student-led on-campus pantry project called the Love Thy Neighbor Project. And we serve not only our students on campus, but our local communities and surrounding communities with food drives. And again, that on-campus pantry that students in the community alike can come to every single day. And that's about it for me, guys. And again, please reach out to me if you would like a copy of this PowerPoint. It's yours, and anything you need, just reach out. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Courtney. And finally, I'm pleased to introduce Tennessee Tech University.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great evening so far. Hope everybody's staying safe and staying healthy out there as well during these uncertain times. Like all my predecessors before me, thank you guys so much for having us tonight, whether you're watching live or going to watch on replay. We really appreciate listening to us about our universities and how you could possibly further your education if you're thinking about pursuing a bachelor's degree. So just a little bit about Tennessee Tech in general. If you guys don't know much about the school, we're a four-year public university located in Cookeville, Tennessee, which is really almost in the center of the state. We've got about 10,000 students on campus, so it is a mid-sized to large-sized public school. But some little known facts about the university is a third of our entire student body are transfer students, which that means for you guys out there that you're going to feel comfortable in knowing that a large portion of the student body that you're transferring to is going to be in a similar situation that you've been in. And so it's nice to have like-minded individuals, to have faculty and advisors put in place to make sure that they know how you guys learn and how you're going to be successful and what to put in place to make sure that you are successful during that transition. But two really big stats that I want you guys to take away from about Tennessee Tech today are this third one right here and then the bottom one. But that third stat is we do average the least amount of debt for any public university in the South. That's 4 out of the last 5 years. It's an extremely affordable four-year university to go to with such a high quality education. And one of the ways you can see that it's such a high quality education is that bottom stat down there, is that we do have the highest starting career early salary potential of any public school in the state of Tennessee. So again, that shows you guys that with it being a super affordable place to go to school, with 47%, almost half of our entire student body graduated debt-free last year. So almost with half graduating debt-free and being super affordable, and our alumni is making such a great amount of money as soon as they graduate right off the bat. It just shows you that that return on investment is there, and it's such a high quality, top-notch education. 2/3 of our student body receive transfer scholar, or 2/3 of our student body receive some sort of financial aid. We also have transfer specific scholarships, whether that's academic, PTK scholarships, departmental scholarships, and we have scholarships for students starting in both the spring and fall semesters, which I think is extremely important because we know things come up and we do know that sometimes you need to start in either of those 2 semesters. In regards to majors in student life, we have 40 plus majors. If you guys did not know, engineering is kind of what we've been known for a really long time. Almost a third of our entire student body are engineering students, whether that's chemical, civil, mechanical, electrical, computer science. But that means 2/3 are not engineering students, whether that's nursing or business or education, interdisciplinary studies, all of your biologies, pre-professional programs, all of those things. There's just so many different things to study at Tennessee Tech. We have 200 plus clubs and organizations, like a lot of my predecessors talked about as well. So many fun things like a Disney club, hiking club, all those types of things, but then also departmental specific clubs too. So engineering and business and education clubs, to make sure that there's so much on campus to get involved in, be successful in, make relationships with people that are going to be lifelong friends and also possibly future employers one day. So speaking of that, internships and co-op opportunities are strongly encouraged in all of our academic programs to make those great relationships and make some money while you're a college student, and then hopefully have a great employer whenever you graduate. And then currently right now too, we're both doing on-campus and online visits. So if you guys did want to ever schedule an on-campus visit, we are still doing those during the weekdays and some Saturdays as well. The 2 last slides I wanted to go over real quick. This one's called our transfer enrollment checklist, and this is found on our website, which is just tntech.edu/transfer. But it's essentially the 7 steps to be at Tennessee Tech and to be enrolled there. The first step is to apply for the university. After that, you need to send in your required materials, which are essentially your college transcripts from every college that you've attended so far after graduating high school. After that, it's applying for scholarships and financial aid, which are through our tech scholarship application, but then also the FAFSA, which I'm sure you guys have heard of that. After you're admitted, you'll start setting up student accounts like your student email and your Tech Express, which is basically a huge portal or a huge hub where you access all of the things Tennessee Tech related on campus. After that, you get advised and register for courses with your own specific academic advisor. After that, you'll complete an online or in-person orientation. And then after that, you're a Golden Eagle and you join the Golden Eagle family at Tennessee Tech. And then last but not least, this slide right here, we have these with all of the community colleges in the state and then also with some four-year universities as well. But essentially what it is you can see every single course at a community college and exactly how it transfers over to Tennessee Tech. So there's no guessing game. I mean, you guys will know exactly how your credits are going to count towards your specific academic program. We also have the Tennessee Tech or Tennessee transfer pathways and so many other types of agreements and articulation agreements. But we also put these equivalency tables out there so there's no guessing game. And you guys will know exactly how your credits will transfer before even applying to Tennessee Tech. And then guys, last but not least, this is my contact information. I know Ashley and some others mentioned this as well, but please feel free to take a screenshot of this, and with all the other, all my other colleagues as well. It's really important to reach out and find what college or university is the best fit for you. That's the most crucial thing when searching for a four-year university, is to find the place that's meant for you, and that's the best fit for you. But that's my name, Alex Chalice. My phone number is right there, and my email as well. But please feel free to go to our website to apply if you haven't already done so, to see all the active applications. And then, of course, tntech.edu/transfer has all the information I've talked about so far tonight. So thank you guys so much for having me and having all of us. I greatly appreciate it.
Great. Thank you, Alex. At this point, we'll bring all of our presenters back, and as they join us, I'll remind you that we do have the Q&A widget available. If you have any specific questions about any of the institutions that you've heard about, certainly feel free to use that. And while we wait to see if students do have any questions, I'll just kick us off with one in the order that we originally presented. If you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about kind of your favorite spot on campus when a student comes to visit and they're thinking about transferring. And obviously some schools are having visits right now, some are not, but at some point they'll be able to kind of step foot on your campus. Where's that one place that they shouldn't leave without making sure they check it out?
Oh, sorry. So I know for me, and I make sure every single time when a student comes on campus that they go to our quad. It is just one of those breathtaking moments where you can stand in the middle underneath our clock tower and just view all this rich history that LMU has done a fantastic job in maintaining and keeping that history alive. It is just one of those phenomenal moments where our groundskeepers even do a wonderful job making sure that the lawn stays perfect. The trees are beautiful. We have picnic tables set up along the tree lines and benches and everything to just sit down and enjoy that moment. It's just a great moment of just peace and clarity. And it's those perfect moments where you want to grab a blanket and lay it out on the lawn and do some studying and just take some time for yourself, because as we all know, especially at this time this year, having those great just mental calming moments is desperately needed, and outside above all. So that definitely is my favorite place on campus, and probably will always be my favorite place, except for, of course, we have a Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. It's pretty awesome too. It's, I would say grab Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks coffee and head to the quad sounds perfect to me.
I would say at Lee, the Forum is probably the best place to go. It is one of our newer spots on campus. It's our newest bell tower. But you can sit, there's chairs below it, and there's also stairs to go up top, and you can actually view pretty much the entire campus from there. So it really is a cool view, and you can sit up there with your friends, you can have lunch, or you can watch the sunset there. You can also see the town of Cleveland, because we're literally right next to downtown. So it's just a really cool spot for people to go to. Yeah, you're overlooking our nursing building, business building, and communications building. And we have a large field right there, which is our lacrosse field. So again, where people can, play games, play spike ball, do whatever with friends. So I would take them to the Forum just because you get all the incredible views.
My favorite spot on campus is Pearson's. That's the name of the building. That is where our dining hall is housed. My co-counselors know that I'm absolutely obsessed with the dining services at Maryville College. They kill it. It is so good. But that building is right in the center of our campus. So you can see our Covenant Stone, which is really, really important to our student body. You can see the bell tower. It's right in the center of all of the academic buildings. And very, very often inside Pearson's, the dining hall, faculty, staff, and students are hanging out together. Of course, COVID, we're doing it socially distanced, but it's a really, really fun area for our students and to gather with one another, or to ask that quick question about the homework to their professor who's just one table away. Additionally, at MC, we do something that's called Learn Over Lunch. Those are really popular in higher education, and we do those all the time. So we'll have different speakers for different like hours of the day. So if you just need general information, or if you need like a financial aid question answered, we have people that are just like there, almost like a one-stop shop in the dining hall, which is the place that you were going to go. You might ignore that financial aid question, but you're not going to ignore lunch. So we meet the students where they are, and it's delicious.
For Cumberland, I think it's definitely going to be the quad. I'm a very outdoorsy person, so I loved all the events that we did. We had concerts on our quad. We had goat yoga on our quad. We did all of our intramural sports. We even had laser tag during finals week. Got very competitive. So we even have a gazebo out there where people will put their little Eno hammocks on, and they've stacked them like 4 high before, and it's just crazy to me. And I've always wanted to see them get out of it, but I haven't been able to see that yet. So, but yeah, I definitely say the quad. So.
Actually, I'm so glad I'm not the only one thinking about food, because yes, it is all about the grub. Doesn't matter if it's a freshman 15 or the senior 50, whatever the math works out to be at that point, the food is where it's at. But I will say our brand new building, it was actually the snap photo I had on my first slide, Comps Campus Center. It was finished being built in 2018, so the newness is not wearing off, but it's the brand new student center, restaurant, game room, which we have 4, I'd probably say they're in the 50-ish inch range. I don't know how big the TVs are, but we have 4 of them, and opened up the broadband specifically in that room for gamers, because we now have esports. And there's the special lounge chairs all around, so people can come bring their PlayStation, Xbox, whatever the newest console is these days. I have no clue. But you can bring it down, hook it up, play live with everybody. So the Collins Campus Center is the hot spot, but the real magic happens in the dining hall.
I think everybody could agree that food's probably one of the most amazing things at a college campus, and coffee. But I'd say at Tennessee Tech, I have 2. I'm going to break rank and kind of talk about 2, because there's 2 spots that really strike me. One is behind Bell Hall, which is our nursing building. There's a courtyard behind it, and it's filled with dogwood trees and cherry blossoms and things like that. And so at one time of the year, feels like you're in Japan almost with the cherry blossoms, because they all start changing color at the same time. They all start falling at the same time. There's a pond back. It's just gorgeous. So right behind that is probably one of my favorite spots behind Bell Hall. And the second one, this photo's not really pictures aren't gonna really do justice, but that's inside of a greenhouse on campus behind our biology building. And I had always wanted to get inside, and I was never able to ever since I was a student there. So starting in 2007, a really long time ago, I've never been able to get in there. And then in 2019, last year, at the end of last year, I walked by and I finally saw somebody go inside of this building, and I sprinted over there and I said, "Can you please let me inside of this greenhouse?" And they let me in, and they were doing research. It was 2 graduate students, and they have plants in there from all over the world. And they were just talking to me all about these different plants that I had no earthly idea what any of it meant that they were talking about, because I'm not a botanist or anything else like that. But it was incredible just to see all these different plants and their passion for the plants from all over the world. So it really was incredible. So I'd say definitely that greenhouse that had been catching my eye for maybe 13 years, and then also Bell Hall with the cherry blossoms.
Great. Thank you, everyone, for sharing some of your favorite spots on your campus, and also for your overall presentations about your institutions. Thank you as well to everyone joining us live, as well as those who are watching the recording at a later point. When this webinar ends, there will be a link to a quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you could provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being offered as part of this program, so be sure to sign up for additional ones. And in about a week's time, at the same website where you submitted your registration for this program, will be a recording of all other sessions. Thanks so much, and have a great night.